Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in, and let's start off with this tweet here from the Bearable Bull. Now, we do see XRP is about to do something really special. And in fact, I also believe this. Now, listen. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, we have seen 2 years full of absolute clickbait about the end of this XRP lawsuit. It seems like it's never going to end. Why do we continue to, play this game of, oh, yeah, it might happen, who knows, it's going to happen, blah, 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 this, that. Well, it's the idea that, listen, mainstream media is so bearish on crypto. More so, we see mainstream media making this massive game of, okay, retail, get ready for the worst recession ever. Everything is going to go to zero, blah, 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 this, that. Like, this tells me that we might actually see the wave 5. You might be wondering, like, what the heck are you talking about? For some of you out there, you probably already know what the wave 5 means. But basically, if we're looking at Bitcoin, and if we look at most of this market, a wave 5 is missing in terms of the Elliott wave theory. Now, with that in mind, what does that mean for Bitcoin and most of this market? It means that we could have a blow off top. What's the probability chance? We don't know. I mean, listen, when we really kind of look at this market, trying to predict a massive move is like trying to predict anything. We're taking a hypothetical guess going off of statistics that we have in front of us on the chart, what the media is telling us, what we've already seen. I believe that crypto has mostly, I say mostly because anything is possible, has mostly seen the darkest days already. And I seen this the other day where Jim Cramer was talking nonsense about XRP. We do see here from Nerd Nation Unbox, remember all this when XRP does its thing. I'm sure he'll change his tone. Cramer swipes at XRP for the third time, says no one takes XRP. Now, one thing to me that is certain around this case is that we will see something that will shock us. Is Brad Garlinghouse just talking nonsense here, or is he trying to market something? Is he trying to get people hyped up about XRP? Who knows? But I believe that, considering the fact that Ripple does have the Hinman documents, they already seen them. It can't be shown to public yet, but I think that they have seen something in there that is very damning on the SEC's part. And we do see it from XRP_Crow. I've read this tweet so many times, but it got posted just the other day on the 15th again. And we do see the SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity, which we all know they don't. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior will shock you. Why am I bringing this back up? Why am I talking about this? Well, as we look at things happening around the SEC case, one thing is certain. It's a big obstacle that is stifling Ripple's success. What do I mean? Well, it's simple. A lot of major players like Bank of America want to utilize XRP, especially on-demand liquidity, but they just can't because of regulatory uncertainty. So once this case is finished, guess what happens? Well, you see a fire start it, and it's going to spread so fast that I don't think people really realize. And no, this is not me trying to hype it up, trying to get people excited. No, it's the truth. We've already seen major players sitting on the sidelines waiting for this case to be finished. And it's not just retail. No, it's institutions. It's financial giants, fintech companies that want to utilize XRP specifically around on-demand liquidity, but they just can't because of regulatory uncertainty. And another thing that I do want to bring your guys' attention to is PolySign. So PolySign is a piece of the puzzle that nobody really looks at. Nobody really cares about. We've broken PolySign down on this channel in the past, but for those out there that are missing this, Anderson posted a screenshot of 2 pages from PolySign's website. And we do see PolySign is working on their settlement product that will be released sometime. We also know about custody with the subsidiary standard custody. But why does no one ever mention that transactions and payments is a focus for them, similar to Ripple? And here you guys have from PolySign the opportunity of a generation. Our mission at PolySign is to drive global use of digital assets by building best-in-class infrastructure that enables institutions to secure and transact in digital assets across the capital markets and payments sector. Then over here, groundbreaking security. PolySign is breaking new ground with patented systemic security that enables best-in-class storage, transactions, and payments. And we do see, because they are already working together, yes, it makes 100% sense that they are working together. You might be wondering, like, why? Well, they complement each other, but also the people behind PolySign. I mean, come on, you already have Arthur Brito there. You have David Schwartz, and you even do have Antoinette O'Gorman, who is also she was previously the CCO at Ripple Labs. These are three main players around Ripple and Ripple Labs, so it would make sense that XRP and Ripple was like playing a part in this. But PolySign is one of those companies that we don't have a lot of information on besides what we see on the front facing of their website. I would love to see a little bit more from them, but they are a very, very close-knit company that doesn't really tell us much. But I do believe that, yes, we are seeing like the opportunity of a generation. I think that when we talk about generational wealth, I just recently made a video on this. I said generational wealth is a thing. It's going to happen. We're going to see a massive wealth transition, and it's going to be centered around technological advancements like digital assets, CBDCs, DLT, all that kind of good stuff that we talk about so much on this channel. And it really is going to be a massive wealth transfer, and it's going to be something very exciting to watch morph into reality. Now, of course, with PolySign, I do want to bring you guys over to this tweet here from Bullish Momentum. Like I said, there's a lot of players on the sidelines just waiting for regulatory clarity, and we do see Doc connecting with this one big happy family. And Bullish Momentum posted this image. This goes back to like August 22nd when we seen the announcement from the DTCC. I don't really want to talk too much about that. I've talked about it so much. What I want to talk about is the connections to Ripple here. So here you guys have Brad Garlinghouse on the right over here from Ripple. But then look at all of these other major players here from like the IMF. You have Bank of Indonesia, head of FinTech, global head of security, Swift. Here we have the managing director of MAS. We also have Christine Lagarde, IMF. Here we have Circle, FinTech Association of Hong Kong, Global Digital Finance, Chief FinTech Officer, MAS, and so many other ones. A lot of them are from the IMF and also even the MAS. It's pretty crazy to me, right? And by the way, you have the DTCC down here, and you also have a few other ones here as well. Also, Jesse Shang, IMF, used to work for Ripple as well. But nonetheless, my whole point of this picture is the fact that like we know that these connections have been in place for a very long time. There was an older photo where Brad Garlinghouse was actually sitting next to Christine Lagarde. And many other major players around the banking and finance system. And these photos, they might not mean much to anybody else out there, but they always say that a photo is worth 1,000 words. And when we really kind of look at these photos, right, I always look at the players tied to it. And whenever I look at the players, it's always major elites around the current financial system. What does that tell you is happening behind the scenes? It means that Ripple is creating these connections while we are still in this lawsuit, while this lawsuit is still going on for 2 years now. 2 years we have been in this lawsuit. And all of these huge connections are happening before our eyes, and nobody is paying attention to it. Now, another thing that I do want to bring up is the fact that a lot of people have been asking me, well, Nick, like this lawsuit is there to stifle innovation and slow down Ripple. So what makes you think that they're not already trying to build something better than what Ripple has built? Well, I want to take you guys to this tweet over here. How did we miss this? I completely missed this tweet. I did not see this tweet come up on my timeline. I didn't even see it at all. And I even said, whoa, I completely missed this tweet. For everyone asking, why doesn't Swift or the big guys just copy the XRP ledger? Here is your answer. It needs a public token. XRP is undoubtedly the key that unlocks it all. And shout out to XRP Darren over on Twitter. He said underrated tweet. He quoted it, and this is from Matt Hamilton. He used to work at Ripple. And we do have a few discussions here. So it really kind of started going all the way originally back to, I want to say it was like December 15th. I can't see any of these tweets because they were deleted, obviously. But nonetheless, I do want to go down to Matt's original response here, because we do have a response that says, okay, do you think a copycat XRP ledger has been tried by the large banks? Because obviously we would be thinking that it would have already have been, tried and tested. Maybe they're trying to prepare it. But we have from Matt, Swift did attempt to do something like that. It was using Corda IIRC, but their main takeaway was this doesn't work without a public token. You need that public token. And the craziest thing about this, and we do see it was, I can't remember the exact details of the source now, but IIRC, it was stated in the outcome report of Swift's trial that they did, and we see that this was actually around 2018. So we actually have Matt's original response, and he actually has the post down here. You can download the report. It was Hyperledger, not Corda, and it was centered on like liquidity as well. Like it was a liquidity page, and here we have, and Swift just came back the other week and admitted that our approach to blockchain, no token, doesn't work. So a token is 100% needed. XRP, in my opinion, is 100% needed in this area. A lot of people ask me, like, what is your fascination with XRP? It's very simple, right? So look at the efficiencies around XRP as a token. One, it could bridge any two currencies. It could bridge any currencies. So there's one big obstacle to it. On-demand liquidity as a service, massive opportunity. We talked about line of credit as well. Line of credit for SMEs, massive opportunity as well. Hundreds and hundreds of use cases on the XRP ledger, not to mention those, right? Because again, all we really kind of talk about is the big ones with Ripple, because those use cases are massive. But so are the ones on the XRP ledger, tokenizing real estate, tokenizing, huge documentation around like healthcare services, digital identity, all that kind of stuff. It's not just tokenization though. It's so much more around like DeFi protocols, DeFi dApps, NFTs. I mean, like the use cases go on and on and on, and we could talk about it all day long. But at the end of the day, my fascination with XRP is the fact that, like, yeah, it's a bridge currency. And, as a reserve currency too, like we could see the next major reserve currency be a decentralized digital asset like XRP. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that. But think about it logically. And I've said this already twice now on this channel. Imagine you are one country trying to transact, and you have to utilize another, country's currency because it's a reserve currency. You know how terrible that must feel? So having that decentralized currency as the bridge currency, the reserve currency, where no one controls it, fixes a large, substantial list of problems around our current monetary system, doesn't it? That's why, in my opinion, XRP will be a massive success if, and I say if, it's implemented as a reserve currency, because we don't really know what's going to happen next. But one thing is certain here is that a token, in my opinion, XRP, because what XRP is, like this is what we are seeing around this, a public token is 100% needed, which is incredible to say the least. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.